Goes here, bringing you my Hyundai A-League Fixture review for Week 9. And what a week it was. The first game of the weekend saw Melbourne City beat Central Coast Mariners 5-1. That's right, 5. After dominating Perth last week, Melbourne managed to score another 5 goals this weekend. The game started quite well, and Melbourne scored through a counter-attack which opened the floodgates. 4 different goal scorers for Melbourne is a good sign, but the biggest sign for City is that Fornaroli scored again and became the top goal scorer in the A-League so far this season. Central Coast managed to score one late through Austin when he scored a penalty, but obviously it was only a consolation goal. And the main talking point, Aaron Moy did not stand out as much as he has in previous weeks, but Harry Navillo played an amazing game, and he managed to bag 2 goals while he was at it. And the way things go, Melbourne City climbed the table, and Central Coast are still struggling and haven't had a win since the first game of the season. The second game of the weekend saw Sydney FC beat Newcastle Jets 1-0. Captain Alex Bross scored the winner for Sydney in the 57th minute when he registered his 50th A-League goal. So, you know, a good feat there for him. Will he continue to score more? Who knows? But Holosko had an absolute shocker and should have had a half-time hat-trick, but Birighetti he played so well. But obviously it wasn't enough because Sydney managed to bag 1 goal through Brosk. But Sydney dominated the game statistically as well, and they ended their bad run of form, while Newcastle are now winless in 5 fixtures. So Newcastle obviously started strong this season, are now struggling, and they need to pick up a win sooner or later. Otherwise, the top 6 could be out of their reach. The third game of the weekend saw Wellington Phoenix beat my team Melbourne Victory 2-0. Goals from Krishna and Bonavaccia saw the home side take the 3 points in what was a disappointing performance for the reigning champions Melbourne Victory. I've already covered this result, and I will leave a link to this in the description below so you can see my full match review there. The fourth game of the weekend saw Western Sydney Wanderers beat Brisbane Roar 2-1. Western Sydney opened up the scoring through a tap-in from Bridge after a lucky deflection, so obviously a bit of luck there, but Brisbane equaled through Jamie McLaren, and the funny thing is he got a lucky deflection as well. We saw his shot go over Redmayne and into the back of the net. So 2 deflections, 2 goals, but then Nichols stepped up for Western Sydney Wanderers. Alright, he scored a fantastic winner. There's 10 minutes left to play, picks up the ball on the left-hand side, runs towards the box, just drags it out, shoots. Amazing curling effort. Like this goal was incredible. Fantastic goal from Mitch Nichols, and he managed to get the win for Western Sydney. So the win sees Western Sydney top the table and continue their great run of form, which sees them unbeaten in 6. So Western Sydney Wanderers really pushing now, whereas though Brisbane slowly drift away from the top of the table. And the final game of the weekend saw Adelaide United beat Perth Glory 1-0 to pick up their first win of the season. Sanchez scored the only goal of the game in the first 5 minutes of the fixture. So after that, it was a pretty quiet game. Sanchez scored the only goal, and he managed to dink the ball over Ante Kovic from 5 yards out. So nothing really special there, but no, he managed to score, and that's the main thing there. Adelaide United finally get a win, will hopefully kickstart their season, while Perth Glory haven't picked up a win in their last 5 fixtures. So Central Coast, Newcastle Jets, and Perth Glory all struggling, while Adelaide United, yes, they found a win, but can they continue to win, or will they go back to their losing ways? But obviously, Perth Glory are struggling, and they might be out of the top 6 for the rest of the season if they keep this up. So we will go to the A-League ladder now. I'll show you what has been happening. So if I bring it up on my screen, it says here that Western Sydney Wanderers lead the chase. Alright, they're on 19 points, and they've played 9 games, 6 wins, all in a row as well. So excellent performance there so far from Western Sydney. Melbourne Victory drop to second position. They still have their game in hand, so they need to win that. That's against bottom of the table, Perth Glory, and that game is in a week's time. Sydney FC are third. Now they've jumped up the table on 16 points as well, but obviously Melbourne Victory with the game in hand. Brisbane Roar do drop to fourth position. Alright, they do have 15 points on the board, but slowly dropping. They need to find another win soon to stay in contention for the title. But only 4 points. I'm sure they can manage to do that. Melbourne City have got an amazing goal difference now. They've scored 23 goals now, so 10 of those in the last 2 games. So they're doing exceptionally well there. They're on 14 points in 5th position. And Wellington Phoenix in 6th also round out the top 6. So Melbourne City and Wellington both on 14 points. They're already 5 points off the top. They're still catchable. But then you look at the bottom 4. You have Newcastle Jets in 7th on 12 points. They are struggling now. 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses. They really need to start performing. Adelaide United sitting in 8th position now after registering their first win of the season. 6 points, but it shows they're already 6 points off Newcastle in 7th. So Adelaide, Central Coast and Perth Glory really going to have to push if they want to make the top 6. Because, as I said, 14 points is Wellington. So that's what? 8 points Adelaide United have to pick up just to get into the top 6. So that is crazy. Central Coast on 5 points. They haven't won in a long time. And Perth Glory still only on 1 point on the 1 win as well on 4 points. So Perth Glory 15 points off the top. It looks like they are not going to finish on the top. I know it's only early days, but 15 points. I don't think you're going to get that back. Central Coast are 14 off the top. I don't think they're going to get that back either. Adelaide United are 13 off the top. I don't think they're going to come back. So those 3 I don't think will end on top of the table. I think Western Sydney Wanderers and Melbourne Victory could be any of the bottom 3rd to 6th. Could be title contenders as well. But I think Western Sydney and Melbourne Victory are going to lead from the front while the others will settle for the top 6. But as you can see, we scroll down here. Top 5 players for goals. Bruno Fornaroli tops it with 7. Bessart Brisha did not score this weekend, so he has dropped into 2nd position on 6. Mitch Nichols now on 5. Jamie McLaren also on 5. And Krishna on 4. So Fornaroli nearly scoring a goal a game. Good stuff there from him. Most assists. Has it changed? Of course it hasn't. Aaron Moy with 6. Most saves now. Birighetti on 33. Sorensen ever catching him. But don't forget Birighetti has played a game less than majority of the keepers. Completed passes, the best passer in the league is still Miguel Angel Garcia Perez. Sanchez is slowly coming. There's Delgado as well, but Miguel doing well there. And most clearances is still Ben Sigmund on 43. Matthew German and Manny Muscat and Connor Chapman all on 36. But Ben Sigmund still leads the way there. But my name has been Chivos. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to see more Hyundai A-League content. And I'll catch you guys on another video.